Lord, guide my heart in your peace. Everyone calls upon Archangel Michael for battle. But the greatest battles are not fought with swords. They are fought inside the human heart. There are moments in life when the soul whispers for peace. Moments when your thoughts feel heavy, your spirit feels tired, and the noise of the world grows too loud to bear. In these moments, Archangel Michael steps forward, not as the mighty warrior with blazing armor, but as a silent guardian who places a hand upon the heart and says, "Be still. You are safe. Peace is here." This script is an invitation, a pilgrimage into the mysteries of Archangel Michael, his ancient stories, his hidden roles, his presence in Scripture, his guidance in spiritual warfare, and his quiet mission to restore the human soul to peace. This is not just a story. It is a prayer, a meditation, a journey where Michael does not raise a sword, he raises your spirit. The mysteries of Michael's peace. 1. The peace before the battle, before every heavenly battle described in ancient writings. There is a quiet moment, a stillness, a pause in the heavens where even angels breathe deeply. Michael knows that true victory does not begin with violence. It begins with peace. The peace of a heart centered in God. The peace of a mind that refuses to be shaken. The peace of a soul anchored in divine truth. When Michael descends to guide a person, the first thing he brings is not fire, not thunder, not the clash of celestial steel. He brings clarity. He dissolves confusion. He sweeps away emotional storms. He calms the inner noise that blinds the spirit. For how can a person fight spiritual battles when their heart is restless? How can they hear God's voice if they cannot hear their own? Michael's peace is not the absence of trouble. It is the presence of divine order. It is alignment with God's will. It is the strength to stand in the center of the storm and not be moved. 2. The guardian of the heart's gating taint, mystical texts, call Michael the keeper of the gate. Not just the gates of heaven, but the gates of the human soul. Every day, countless energies try to enter your inner world. Fear, anxiety, doubt, the weight of expectations, the pressure of life's battles. Michael stands at the threshold. He places his sword of light into the ground and says, "Nothing enters unless it is aligned with God's peace." Imagine him standing guard over your heart. Imagine him watching every thought that approaches. Imagine him scanning every emotion before it reaches your inner sanctuary. When the heart becomes protected, the mind becomes clear. When the heart is guarded, the spirit breathes freely. When the heart is shielded, you discover the strength you always carried within. Michael's guardianship is not forceful. It is gentle, ancient, wise. He does not push darkness away. He transforms it. Point 3. Peace as a divine weapon in spiritual warfare. Peace is not a weakness. Peace is a weapon. Peace is a shield. Peace is armor. The enemy of the soul does not fear your anger. It does not fear your stress. It does not fear your exhaustion, but it fears your peace. Because peace means clarity. Peace means faith. Peace means God is present in your awareness. Peace means the light is stronger than the shadows. Michael teaches a divine secret. You do not always conquer darkness by fighting it. Sometimes you conquer it by refusing to be disturbed. When your heart rests in God, storms cannot control you. When your heart rests in God, fear loses its grip. When your heart rests in God, the enemy retreats, not because you fought, but because you stood firm. This is Michael's hidden wisdom. This is the peace you are asking for. The peace that guides your heart. For when Michael walks beside you, there are moments when life feels overwhelming. Moments when prayers feel unanswered. Moments when you wake up with a heavy chest, unsure how to move forward. Michael does not appear with fanfare. He does not arrive with lightning or flaming wings. He comes quietly, gently, softly. You feel him in the moment when your heart beat. slows after anxiety, in the subtle release of tension after a deep breath, in the calm that sweeps in when you whispered a simple prayer. Michael's peace works differently than human comfort. He does not remove the challenge. He strengthens you to rise within it. He whispers courage into tired bones. He builds faith. In weary hearts, he restores hope, one breath at a time. You may not see him, but your soul knows the touch of angelic peace. -5. When you say, Lord, guide my heart in your peace. This prayer is not ordinary. It is not weak. It is not small. It is a cosmic invitation, a spiritual opening, a declaration that your soul is ready for transformation. When you say these words, 3 things happen in the heavenly realms. 1. Michael is summoned not as a warrior, but as a guide. His mission shifts from battle to healing. 2. Your heart becomes receptive. Layers of fear begin to dissolve. Internal noise begins to fade. 3. God's light enters the places within you that have long been closed. The hidden wounds, the old memories, the buried pain. The peaceful heart is not created by force. It is created by surrender. Surrender to guidance, surrender to truth, surrender to divine love. Michael does not force peace into you. He leads you to it. *6. Michael and the ancient path of stillness, long before temples were raised, before scriptures were written, before humanity understood the language of angels. There existed a sacred discipline whispered only among the earliest followers of the divine. It was called the path of stillness. This path taught that peace is not something you chase. It is something you uncover. It is already within you, hidden beneath layers of fear, noise, memory, and human struggle. Michael is the guardian of this path. Not because he forces the soul into silence, but because he reminds you that stillness is your natural state. When your heart is still, it becomes a doorway, a threshold, a quiet chamber where God speaks gently, and where angelic presence becomes clear and unmistakable. Michael guides you into this stillness step by step, not with commands, but with a presence so calm that your inner storms begin to settle naturally. 7. The quiet realms where angels walk, the heavenly realms, are not filled with constant noise or battle. They are vast, serene expanses of divine order, regions that flow with a peace too deep for human language. Scripture describes Michael as the prince of these realms, the one who walks through the courts of heaven with a peace that radiates like a soft yet unwavering flame. When he draws near a soul on earth, he brings a small portion of that realm with him. It comes as a sudden calm, a clarity in the mind, a softening of the heart, a breath that feels deeper than usual. This is not imagination. It is alignment. Your spirit momentarily touches the peace of heaven. Michael's mission is not only to fight darkness, but to remind you of this peace and to teach you how to carry it into your daily life. 8. When life becomes overwhelming, there are days when the weight of life feels unbearable. Responsibilities pile up. Worries echo in your head. The future looks uncertain, and the past feels heavy. In such moments, Michael does not judge you. He does not ask you to be stronger. He does not demand that you rise. Immediately, he sits beside you, quietly, tenderly, faithfully. He places a gentle hand upon your spirit and whispers, "You are not alone. You were never alone. Even now, peace is possible." Michael's peace is not a denial of suffering. It is an embrace of reality through the lens of divine strength. He meets you where you are, not where you pretend to be. -9. The sword of peace. Michael's sword is described as a blade of fire, sharp, bright, unshakable. But this sword does not only cut through demons, it cuts through illusions, through fear, through confusion, through false beliefs and inner lies. When Michael lifts his sword of peace, he is not attacking you. He is freeing you from the stories you tell yourself. I am not enough. I will never heal. I am too broken. My mistakes define me. My past controls me. He slices through these shadows with a single stroke of divine truth. For in the eyes of heaven, you are not broken, you are becoming. You are not abandoned, you are guided. You are not unworthy, you are deeply, eternally loved. Michael's sword brings peace back, cause truth always brings peace. 10. The peace that transforms your identity peace is not passive. It changes you, it reshapes you. It calls forth a version of you that is stronger, softer, wiser, and more aligned with God's purpose. When Michael guides your heart into peace, something subtle but powerful happens. Your identity begins to shift. You move from fear to faith, from chaos to clarity, from anxiety to trust, from self-doubt to divine confidence. Peace doesn't just calm you, it recreates you. It is a slow, gentle rebirth in which God's presence weaves itself into your character, your decisions, your emotions, your reactions, your dreams. This is why Michael fights so fiercely for your peace, because peace is the soil where your true self can grow. -11. Lessons from the celestial realms. Angels do not age. They do not forget. They do not doubt God's goodness. For countless ages, Michael has watched souls rise, fall, break, heal, wander, return. With every soul he guides, he offers the same timeless wisdom. Peace is not found in seeking control. Peace is found in surrendering to the one who already holds everything. This is a hard lesson for humans. We want to fix everything, force answers, demand clarity, hold on to what must be released, fight battles that are not ours to fight. Michael teaches a different way, a way of release, not resistance, a way of surrender, not struggle, a way of trust, not tension. The more you release, the more peace you receive. God bless you. Don't forget to like and comment. See you in part 2 *.